If you are trying to lose weight and you find that you're hungry all the time, then you are not eating the right foods. Now, trust me on this because that used to be me. I've recently lost over 60 pounds and I literally had no idea what the heck I was doing for years and years. And I think that we can all agree that one of the hardest things about losing weight is always feeling hungry. So today I'm gonna be sharing 5 foods that I ate all the time that literally kept me full a minimum of 4 hours or more. Like, no joke. We're not talking 1 or 2 hours and then you're needing a snack. So today I'm gonna be sharing 5 foods that are guaranteed to keep you full. And they were seriously like my secret weapon in getting this weight off. Is it weird that I'm a little bit excited for this video? I feel like I'm about to share like some deep dark secret with a close friend or something. So anyways, let's get into it. All right, so before I get into what those 5 foods are, the key thing to remember is that you want to find high fiber foods. This was the ticket, everyone. This was the ticket right there. High fiber foods. It wasn't until I removed those overt fats like oil, nuts, seeds, avocados, any of those higher fat plant-based foods, and focus on eating low-fat, high-fiber foods that everything changed. I'm serious. I lost 20 pounds in the first 8 weeks effortlessly. Like, I actually didn't even realize that I was losing the weight until my clothes started to feel a bit loose, stepped on the scale, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have lost 20 pounds. So it was truly so effortless. So with that being said, let me tell you what those 5 high-fiber foods are. So the first one, it's potatoes. Potatoes for weight loss are starting to gain some popularity with good reason. Coming in at about 4 grams of fiber per, medium-sized potato with the skin on. If you have 2 or 3 potatoes, you can do the math. So it's a pretty nice amount of fiber in one sitting, especially if it's matched with some non-starchy veggies, which are also going to increase the overall fiber of that meal. Now, the best thing about potatoes for weight loss is that they have been ranked the #1 satiating food in the world. But again, we are not talking about French fries or loaded potatoes with like cheese and sour cream and that kind of thing. We are just talking about potatoes with no fat added. And that is the only way that you can eat a lot of potatoes and lose weight. I love potatoes. Like, I love regular potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. And is it weird to say that I actually even love preparing potatoes? I don't know. I just find them so satisfying to like chop up and to season, and I don't know, I'm weird. But anyways, I absolutely love potatoes. I love them so much that I actually wrote a whole entire book with potato recipes only. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but this has quite literally become one of my most popular books to date. So apparently a lot of you guys love low-fat potato recipes as well. So anyways, ate a ton of sweet potatoes, a ton of regular potatoes, and I'm still eating them almost every single day to this day. Okay, so before I continue the video, in case it's the first time that you're landing on my channel, if you are someone who is struggling to get the weight off and just a little bit confused as to what you should be eating, then perhaps I can help. Because as I'm saying in today's video, beans, potatoes, any of those high fiber foods are the foods that you should be focusing on if weight loss is your goal. So with that being said, right now, all of my weight loss recipe ebooks are on sale for only $5 for the next 48 hours only. This is an incredible deal because they retail for a lot more than that. So that includes both my Zero Overt Fat books 1 and 2, Shake Off the Weight, and my newest book, Spud Skinny. And now these were the exact recipes that I was eating to get the weight off. So I'm confident in saying that they work. The link can be found in my description box below. And if you stick to the end of this video, there will be a bonus at the end. All right, there, I think the lighting is a little bit better. Okay, so let's go on to the next thing, and that is beans. So I ate a ton of beans. I still eat a ton of beans, and that is because beans to me are quite literally the most filling food, even more than potatoes. So here's the thing that I figured out for myself. So potatoes definitely give that nice full feeling, like as soon as I'm done eating, they do keep me full for quite some time. But beans, I have to say, are just like one step ahead of potatoes in my books in terms of keeping me full for the longest amount of time. Now, in fairness, that could also be the fact that there's a lot of fiber in beans. So for example, 1 cup of black beans comes in at 15 grams of fiber. And for me, the easiest way that I've been able to get in beans is through my fiber protein shakes. So if you're new here and you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, I have talked about them endlessly on my channel. I can actually link this video in my description box below if you want to find out more specifically what they are. But basically, they're shakes that I created using beans as the base. And I'm telling you, they worked wonders for me. And don't worry, they don't taste gross. So we're talking, flavors like birthday cake, which was one of my favorites, coffee crisp, chocolate brownie, Snickers chocolate bar. Like there's a ton of different delicious flavors. And I don't know about you, but living in North America, like there's not too many ways that I would be excited to consume beans first thing in the morning. So creating these shakes were super exciting for me because I figured out a way how to get the beans in, how to stay full, and to have something that tastes super delicious, because that's the other thing, is that by drinking these shakes, I didn't really crave any snacking in between them because they already tasted delicious. So it just kind of killed any type of cravings that I normally would have. They kept me full, so I genuinely didn't need to have a snack. And they just made me feel good in general, as beans have been known to regulate our blood sugar levels. And anyways, so these shakes were everything. But more importantly, it was the beans in the shakes that was creating the magic behind the scenes. So try to get some more beans in your diet if you're really wanting to stay full. And don't forget, I'll have that video to those shakes linked in my description box below if you want to check them out. All right, so the next food is one that I'm consuming more now than I did even then, but it still falls in the same family as the beans, and those are lentils. And lentils also come in at 15 grams of fiber per cup. That's a lot of fiber. And I've actually just recently put out this video where I shared a different type of fiber protein shake that I just recently created using lentils. And it came in at a whopping 20 grams of fiber and 20 grams of protein. So this shake is everything. Lentils definitely do have their own specific taste, but in these shakes, it is completely covered up. So if you're someone who has difficulty digesting beans, I have good news for you, because lentils are actually a little bit easier on the digestive system. So you could try swapping out the beans and adding in those lentils. And so they absolutely can be interchangeable even in the shakes. You can't taste them. So between getting beans and lentils in your diet, they are super high in fiber and seriously work like magic to keep you full. Okay, so the next food I want to share with you is quinoa. And in my humble opinion, I feel like quinoa is one of those foods that are underrated, coming in at 5 grams of fiber per 1 cup and 8 grams of protein. This makes it an excellent choice to eat to keep you full. I personally love quinoa because of how versatile it is. I've made quinoa porridge, quinoa crackers. I love that you can eat it hot or cold, so I enjoy throwing it in a salad, but equally I like enjoying it in a stir fry. And just like we have frozen rice, like you can even buy frozen rice now at the grocery stores, you can do the exact same thing with quinoa, which makes it extra easy because you can batch prep it and then you can just throw it in your freezer, take it out as you need it. And I've also actually recently put out this video talking about rice and some of the dangers or concerns around arsenic levels in rice and how to prepare it in the safest way possible. So if you want to check that one out as well, I can also have it linked in my description box below. But for me, I just feel like, you know what, instead of eating a ton of rice, quinoa is definitely the clear winner in my opinion in terms of its nutritional profile. So I tend to eat a lot more quinoa than I do rice. I just love the amount of fiber and protein that quinoa offers. All right, guys, so we've made it to the last food, and that is fruit. Now, I've talked a lot about this on my channel, that I ate a ton of fruit while I was losing the weight, so please don't buy into this fruit fear. Fruit is not the reason why you're watching this video. Fruit is not the reason that it made any of us big. So please don't worry so much about fruit. I ate a ton of it and it didn't hinder my weight loss. In fact, it helped it. Fruit is full of water, fruit is full of fiber, and it's sweet and it's delicious and we love it. So not only is it good for us, we enjoy it and we have to enjoy our food. So whenever I truly did need a snack, I would turn to fruit, and more specifically, berries and apples were some of my favorite things to eat. And both of those things I still eat to this day. In fact, I just had an apple and a tea before starting this video. So I love apples, and I feel like apples are a really underrated fruit as well, just because they're such a common fruit that nobody really cares about them or thinks about them. I think you might be surprised in knowing just how amazing apples are for you. But for me, from a weight loss perspective, they come in at about 4 grams of fiber per medium-sized apple or so. So, you know, 1 or 2 apples gives you a nice little hit of fiber, much better than something that has no fiber at all, like candy or junk or something. So, you know, you can't go wrong. And in addition to apples, I love berries. Actually, I love any fruit, but I do love my berries. I love cherries, strawberries, raspberries. Raspberries are super expensive right now in Canada, like super expensive, $20 for 1 bag of frozen fruit at Costco. I get them organic, but at any rate, I do buy them because I enjoy them so much and I know how good they are for us. I can easily throw back like 1 to 2 cups of raspberries, no problem, and my kids help me too. So for 2 cups of raspberries, that's 16 grams of fiber. Like, need I say any more? So definitely don't fear fruit. Fruit can help you on your weight loss, not hurt you. Oh guys, my back. All right guys, I'm gonna leave the video here, but as promised, since you've made it to the end of this video with me, there is a bonus surprise, and that is that the first 5 people that go and click the link to that $5 sale that I'm running right now will be getting a free copy of my brand new all potato weight loss recipe ebook called Spud Skinny. So good luck. Let me know in the comments if you're a winner. I love when you guys let me know. And if you're not one of the lucky winners, maybe next time, but no worries, because all of my books will be on sale for only $5 for the next 48 hours. I don't run this sale very, very often. It is one of my more popular ones. You guys love the $5 sales. So please try to take advantage of it while they are on sale, because most of my books retail for $14.99, $16.99, and higher with my bundles. And a lot of people do pay full price. So try to snatch a copy while it's on sale for only $5. Again, only for the next 48 hours. Link can be found in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we will see you guys in the next one.